Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 41 and today we're starting things off looking at the memorial of Mumbo Cactoni. As you can see, he is still standing strong, his tiers are still spawning guardians in and around my base, and most importantly, the tweets are still coming in of people showing me their cacti. Okay, I have had an influx of people who have been sending me pictures of the cactus that they have in their office or in their bedroom or wherever, with a sombrero, a mustache, and googly eyes. And I am all for that. I mean, seriously, every single one that comes in, it just brightens my day. I've had like 2 or 3 now, and every single one has made me laugh. So if you have a cactus, okay, if you have a cactus at home, you know what to do. You need to get on Amazon right now. You need to put in an order for mini sombreros and mini mustaches and mini googly eyes, because I want to see hundreds of these tweets and pictures. Send them to both me and Iskal, and who knows, maybe I'll do like a photo montage at some point in the near future. Now, I must admit, my original plan for today's Hermitcraft episode, or at least plan number 1, was to actually take out this thing. I was going to be getting rid of the memorial, but after that little speech and having seen all of the tweets and everything, I think maybe he's going to stay for a little while longer. So plan number 1 is actually to create a super smelter. I want a ridiculous super smelter. I'm talking ridiculous. I have no clue where it's going to go just yet. I have no clue what design I'm going to be using, but it's going to be ridiculous. I know that much. Now, I'm going to be honest, I've just spent a ton of time in my redstone testing world trying to come up with a design for the furnace smelting array that doesn't skip hoppers. And I couldn't do it. I'm not smart enough. However, there is one person in the Minecraft community that definitely is smart enough for most things, and that is Ilmango. And of course, he has come up with this fantastic design right here. He actually came up with it in 2016. I have no clue how I haven't seen this thing before, but as you can see, it's a tiny bit more complex than my previous designs, but it's 100% reliable. If I actually dump some items inside this thing, for example, this raw chicken right here, we should see that it will be distributed among the furnaces fully perfectly without skipping any of them. Fingers crossed this thing still works in Minecraft 1.12. Yes, okay, I got very scared then. It seemed like it was taking a while, but there we go. So this thing is now functioning, and that is going to be ridiculously fast. Still need to work out where to put it though. I have absolutely no clue. Maybe one on either side of the new area that we've just cleared out. I am somewhat regretting using all of my redstone resources to build those redstone circuits in Iskal's base, because now I have nothing to do my redstone with. I've actually managed to cobble together most of the redstone resources. The only thing is that it does require 230 hoppers to build both modules, which is quite a lot. I mean, first off, I have to get all of the wood for all of the chests, but most importantly, I have to get all of the iron. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all of the iron, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. Thankfully, the iron farm has been pumping out iron, and we have managed to get all 4 stacks of hoppers. The only issue is this is all the iron that we have left now. Unless there's some lying around in this chest, which apparently there is, so we have a stack and a half of iron left. Okay, fine, I seem to have iron lying everywhere. I mean, seriously. This stuff's pretty expensive. What's going on? Needless to say, though, we do have all of the redstone resources now. We'll just grab ourselves those redstone blocks, and that should give us the 200 redstone dust required to do this. Perfect. Now let's head over to the building zone and actually get started. Squid farm update. Holy moly. It's full. Even the minecart's full. Nothing's being picked up. In theory, all of the framework is now in place. So we've got all 22 furnaces and all of the hoppers on top of them. So hoppers going in this direction, dropping down into the top. Hoppers going in this direction once again, dropping down into the side. Then hoppers going in that direction across the bottom, taking the outputs into this chest right here. Now, as far as location is concerned, didn't really have a plan for it. I've left a big gap in the center. Obviously, we are going to be doing another one of these on the other side. But I've left a big gap in the center, just in case when we build our mob farm up in the sky, we need to build some form of killing area in this central section here. So I've left enough space to hopefully make way for that. If we don't need it, then we don't need it. It's just going to end up looking cool. We'll have to do some kind of walkway or something. Now, as far as I can tell, this should just about do the trick. There are all of the repeaters in place. This is all of the redstone in place. You've got the redstone on the top as well. And I have to say, using the prismarine and the dark prismarine, this thing looks pretty cool. It looks really, really good. Everything's been built at the right height. Everything should now be functioning. So, we have got a very nerve-wracking moment now. This is the scary bit, because this is where you find out if the machine that you've built actually functions. We're going to need to get ourselves some coal and also some things to smelt. So here goes. Coal is going into the coal chest. And cobblestone is going into the smelting chest. Now, I have just thought there is a chance that some of these have... Oh, well, that's promising. Oh! Oh, that's a beautiful sight. That is a beautiful sight. How about that? Hey! Oh, man, it actually works. And look, we should see... It's so perfectly timed. This is such an Ilmango design. Look at that. The new item makes its way into place just as the previous cobblestone has finished smelting. So this is like the maximum size without there being dropped time, if you get what I mean. And if we take a look in this chest, I'm sure it's going to be equally impressive. That is what I'm talking about, my friends. I have got my arms out in some form of, like, celebratory manner that I can't fully describe because, obviously, I am recording audio and not video. Fantastic. This thing works. Alright. Okay. I'm going to build the other one. Yeah, twice as fast. Stupid, 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 stupid. I can't believe how stupid that is. I mean, really, can you believe how stupid that is? Oh, hold up. Oh, I'm in the wrong episode again, aren't I? And it is done. 1 module, 2 modules, 44 furnaces working simultaneously to smelt items at a ridiculous speed. I have no clue how fast it is. Let me know how many items per second this thing can do. I'm sure you guys will be able to do the maths down in the comment section. All I know is that it is going to be hot. Very, very hot. Very, very fast. Very excited. Okay, now what we have to do is we need to connect up the outputs, the inputs, and everything like that together so that this thing actually functions. I kind of want to do something cool with the output. Oh, I just can't think what. I would say I have come up with a fairly genius idea here. So this is going to be the coal input on this side. We've got one for that side as well. And then off in this direction, on this block right here, we're also going to have a dropper facing upwards. And we're going to have another item elevator on this block right here. And that is going to be our general item input. And then all of these are going to be connected up using hoppers, which are then going to connect up into the super smelter. And we'll end up with these 3 chests here being like the main inputs. And I might actually put in another double chest down at the bottom here just for extra output. So that's going to be the output, these 2 are going to be the input, and all of the items are going to be going up through these item elevators, and it's going to look incredibly dramatic. I mean, seriously, this is like the most over-the-top super smelter I think I've ever made. Alright, so pretty much all of the item elevators have now got their redstone systems, just got to finish up this one here, and repeater, redstone, and that should be it. So, we have got all of the item elevators in place. They should all be functional. They're also all connected up using hoppers as well. So that is all good. Now what we have to do is we actually have to get ourselves some more hoppers. Believe it or not, we have actually run out of hoppers. Despite the fact that we had... How many stacks did we have originally? I think, well, we had about 250 hoppers in total. We have used all of them in the process of building that tiny little thing right here. And just so you know, okay, seeing how tiny that super smelter looks inside this area here should give you a rough idea of the scale of this thing. That is no small build, okay? We have got 44 furnaces inside there, and it's probably taking up maybe 1/25 of the space inside this area. We did a lot of clearing in the previous episode. Fingers crossed we have enough to make at least 1 stack of hoppers. Hey! This thing's a beast! This thing seriously seems to be chucking out iron golems like nobody's business. And this should just about do it. All of the hoppers are now connected up. All of the item elevators are now connected up. And this is, as I say, a very dramatic entrance indeed to a rather dramatic looking and rather dramatic functional super smelter. I just want to get some items inside. In fact, I'm going to need a bunch of glass, so let's get ourselves a whole ton of sand and a whole ton of coal. I totally need to light up this place. All of this area is unspawnable. None of the ocean is spawnable. That means that this is essentially a mob spawner. Do you see what I mean? I mean, look at this. This has got to be the only spawnable place within like 200 blocks, and that means every mob under the sun has spawned there. But anyway, now that things are daylight and it's a tiny bit less dangerous, I think we should probably give this thing a bit of a tester. So this chest in the center here, that is the coal input chest, and we should begin to see, yes, all of the items are going up. They're going into the hoppers and they should be going into the system. Next up, sand. That goes into this chest right here, and we should see that that will start popping up out the back, and that will start making its way into all of the furnaces. Now, fingers crossed, and I am a little bit scared about this, we should start seeing lights coming on in the furnaces. Good, bar one. Because of a hopper. That's not a big deal. Holy mackerel. Okay, now we wait, because I am excited to see just how fast the items come into this chest here. In theory, it should be quite quick. They're not going to go into that chest, are they? They're going into this chest, and oh my word. What? What on earth? Surely not. Some coal just flew over, so we might have to sort out the item elevators a little bit. But this is the greatest thing I think I've ever built. Yeah, we do need to sort out the item elevators. But how fast is that? That's another stack. Oh, that is bonkers. That is truly, truly spectacularly bonkers. Okay, let's sort these things out. We're going to make it so that we kind of funnel in the items, because yeah, that's become a bit of a problem over on that side there. In the time taken for me to get the hoppers from the storage system and place them in like this, we've got that is mind-blowing. I don't know why. Obviously, having a system this big will be fast. I mean, my previous super smelter with only 7 furnaces obviously isn't going to be this quick, is it? That goes without saying. But my oh my, does that not stop it from being extremely impressive? Okay, anyway, we've got to put this glass to good use. We're going to do all of the remaining glass going around the outside of these things, and I think that's probably going to be enough to do the whole thing. Oh man. Now, it is a very good thing that our super smelter is ridiculously fast, because this uses a lot of glass. A lot of glass. I had completely forgotten how much glass this thing uses. I mean, we're already about halfway through our supplies, and we're only halfway around the outside ring. We still have to do the inside ring, and also the other 2 rings. And with that, we have completely run out of glass. We've only got 10 left to go. And yeah, there we go. We've made it back around to the internal area, but that's about it. And that's 1 full inventory of glass, or pretty much. Yeah, okay. I'm going to run back over to the super smelter. I kind of want to see how much it's done. I imagine it's actually run out of sand. Oh, no, I didn't put any more sand in. Yep, I totally forgot. We've only got a handful of stacks of glass left, but thankfully, this thing is ridiculously fast. So I'll just have to wait here for like 2 or 3 minutes, and all of that should hopefully smelt through. Coal's running a bit low, though. 1 down, 2 left to go. This one is all completed. Now, I think it will probably be a good idea to do the remaining 2 in the form of a third-person time-lapse, simply because we haven't really done any time-lapses in today's Hermitcraft episode. It's been very, very progress updatey, and I feel like this is the sort of job for it. So, let's start grabbing the camera account and start placing the glass on this one and this one. So in today's time-lapse chat, I want to talk to you about the new textures that have been introduced in the latest up-and-coming Minecraft update. Now, I'm going to warn you, I have done this time-lapse chat a couple of times before, and it's run on a little bit long, so I'm going to try my best to fly through it as fast as possible. So the first one that got tweeted out was new wood textures. They are lovely. I really, really like them. I just think they're nice. They're like slightly tweaked versions of the current wood textures, but they've kind of toned down the contrast a little bit, and they look fantastic. The next one is the new obsidian texture, which I feel needs a little bit of work. The original obsidian texture, I feel, doesn't look like a rock, okay? It looks like some form of crystal or something, whereas the new obsidian texture actually looks like a rock, which is a very good start. But the thing is that they've kind of upped the brightness of the general texture, but then there's some really dark shadows. Like, really, really dark. And I just feel there's a tiny bit too much contrast there, and it looks a little bit too punchy. And I don't particularly like the way that looks. So maybe if you kind of tone up the shadows, you increase the shadows a little bit, or maybe bring down the entire texture so it's a tiny bit darker, then maybe that contrast will be less obvious and the entire texture will look good. Once again, this is just my personal opinion. Okay, I'm not instructing Mojang to do this. That's just how I feel would make a better looking texture, essentially. Next up, we've got the bricks. Bricks are brilliant. They've kind of warmed up all the textures. It looks fantastic. Really, really happy with that change. The other one that I'm really happy with is the wooden doors and the wooden blocks, the jungle wood. It just looks so good. They've kind of gone for like a weathered look on the jungle blocks, and it's lovely. The doors look fantastic. The actual wood themselves, the wooden planks, the jungle wooden planks, look really, really good as well. So that's a texture that I'm chuffed to bits with. Then we have the precious ones, the diamond and the emerald. Now, I don't know if I like these. I just feel like there's a little bit too much going on. There's just, you know, we've got a checkerboard pattern, we have a hard outer edge, and then we have another square on the inside with slightly different coloured corners, and then we have a diamond in the centre. I mean, just saying it, you can hear how much is going on in the texture, and I feel like just one of those things needs to be removed. I personally would remove the checkerboard pattern, and then you would have yourself quite a nice looking block. That's just my personal opinion, and that's on the diamond block. And then on the emerald one, I like the emerald texture as it is. I think it's one of the best looking blocks in the game, so I don't want them to change it, but if they do change it, once again, I think just tone down the contrast just a tiny bit, because at the minute it's like it's got hard edges and lots of hard lines going on, and I just feel like maybe it needs to be a tiny bit less punchy. Now, I do understand that whenever Minecraft retextures things, there's a massive knee-jerk reaction throughout the community. So I imagine all of the comments so far have been negative, but I've tried my best to give constructive criticism and just things that I think would look better if they changed them in certain ways. So hopefully those little things might happen potentially. I don't know, we'll see. Let me know your thoughts, what you think of the textures down in the comment section, and let's pop back onto the Hermitcraft server. And that, my friends, is that. We're all done, all of the glass is in place, this thing is looking fantastic. I am extremely happy with how much we have managed to get done today. But there is one more thing that I want to do in today's Hermitcraft episode, and that is to go under the ground. Now, one thing that I am thinking is that maybe it might be about time that we at least get rid of the tiers in this thing, because these guardians, they're going to be spawning all night. We're going to do a bit of an AFK fishing session. They're going to be spawning all night, which is going to disrupt the effect of our guardian farm, which basically means it's going to slow down, which isn't particularly brilliant. But also, more importantly, the chances is that one guardian will fall down into the AFK fishing chamber and probably kill me. So let's just get rid of that, and get rid of that one as well, and that should make the environment around us a little bit safer. This guy's still staying, okay, he's staying. I'm gonna keep him because he is absolutely hilarious, but I think for the time being, yeah, the tears are gone. It actually looks better now, apart from his slightly strange kind of drooling mouth. Anyway, we're now going to pop down underneath the ground. We're going to head down to this area right here, pop on through, trying to avoid all of these slimes as well. Blimey! Thankfully, I don't think they can get through there. I'm going to pick up my fishing rod, which is somewhere around here, and then I'll try my best to get as many books as possible. And I'm back in the studio. Now, unfortunately, we did, whoa. Okay, so the server had closed. Maybe I could have had something to do with that. There's a chance that I've been causing a tiny bit of lag. If I actually pop out here... Okay. I'm not wearing any armor. I do not want to be the guy that gets killed by a slime. I'm just going to ignore all of that noise. There are so many slime back there. It's like a solid wall of slime. What on earth? Hang on. I'm going to have to check this out. Now that I'm fully geared up, and I also have 99 levels, which is... okay, my bow. I got the wrong bow. Let's retreat. So it turns out, yeah, we have got a lot of... Oh my word! Look how many there are. Wow! I'm going to leave them all as small slime. That's what I'm going to try and do. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. But that's why I'm using a bow as opposed to anything else. Because I want to try my best to keep these guys nice and small. Oh, wow. I mean, this is probably the most slime I've ever seen in one place. Oh. Okay, we've got a few big fellas there as well. I mean, seriously. I don't even care about the drops from the AFK fishing farm. This is all that matters. Right, let's go on a looting run then. Wow. I mean, who needs a slime farm? Look. That's gonna sort me out for sticky pistons for ages. Ridiculous. Anyway, let's take a look at what we got from our AFK fishing session. Mending Book. And... not really anything too good. I mean, we've got a few things dotted around that are okay. That's a pretty good book right there. I'm really surprised by the lack of mending at this point in time. I totally expected more than that. Mending! Yes! Okay. Mending, yes. Curse of Binding as well, but oh well. Not too bad. We've got a handful anyway. That's the most important thing. Alright, well, I would say that just about covers everything. I hope that you enjoyed today's episode on the Hermitcraft server. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.